Today we're going to control Mother Nature with my cell phone. Turn all the fountains on. So last year I did a video right up here on how I created a gravity-fed fountain system. I've made a few updates since then, so time for an update. There goes fountain number 2. And there goes fountain number 3. Come on, little fountain 3. There you go. They're really pretty during the day and at night. Actually, there's a 4th fountain down there, but it's not on a valve. So the secret to those voice-controlled fountains is hidden behind this cloaking device here. Behind this cloaking device, we have an equally impressive high-tech waterproofing device, Tupperware. Under that, we have 3 water ball valves. Now these are a little bit more expensive and a little slower than the traditional lawn garden solenoid valves, but they have the advantage of being able to work with low pressure water. You can also use them to control water partially on or off. I also played with this water meter. It has a Hall effect sensor on a fan here that the water controls the speed of. It worked well, and I could measure the flow rate of the water going through the hose, but it clogged up a little occasionally, so it's out of the loop at the moment. If you follow these blue wires, you'll come over here to a secret ammo box, waterproofed. And instead of ammo, we have a Raspberry Pi and a few ants. The Raspberry Pi is connected up to USB Wi-Fi. That gives me a little better range to get back to the Wi-Fi of the house than the built-in Wi-Fi of the Raspberry Pi. It controls a 4-channel, 4-relay board here, which then drives it takes 2 relays for each of those valves, one for on and off and one for direction. So then that's driven by that Raspberry Pi listens to an MQTT channel and then drives those fountains accordingly. I'll post the code for that in the link below. The next update is up here, so hang on. Now we're a couple hundred feet up creek, fountains are down there. Last time I showed you, I had a bunch of hose kind of carelessly draped around rocks and trees. I replaced them with a PVC pipe that's hidden under leaves and dirt and tree trunks. It has the advantage of not collapsing. The suction pressure for that PVC pipe, for the hose, will collapse that hose into probably half the volume that it used to have. The PVC pipe resists that and gets much better flow. Here you can see the inlet filter, and one of the advantages of the valve system is I turn it off at night, and that lets all of the debris that's collected at that filter from the suction get released at night, so the water flow of the creek just cleans out that filter. So no more manually cleaning filters. Next trick is right down here. With the previous setup, if I had to re-siphon the system, I would have to generate enough suction at the bottom there to evacuate that 200 feet of pipe and hose. Now what I got is a valve cure that's set up about 50 feet down from the headwaters, and I can connect up to one of those little drill pumps and much more easily and quickly get pressure going through just this little section, and then I turn that off and I turn the longer section on, and the water just flows all the way down. Easy peasy, much easier. The next trick I have is the nozzles that I'm using. Well, let's go back down here and I'll show you those. So I've tried probably over half a dozen different water nozzles and finally came across one that I really like. It's a lot of flexibility and it's cheap. It's a newer thing, at least I hadn't seen it before. It uses 3 ball bearings here and with a little plastic rubber middle, and you can twist this to constrict that rubber with those ball bearings and adjust the flow to either be a pencil thin flow that reaches really far, or a wider flow, or a spray, or anything in between. Now that was really fun this winter when we had a cold snap and the temperature got below freezing here in Alabama for a week. And I had a lot of fun making ice sculptures with these fountains. I took some video, so let's time warp back to that. We've had a non-typical winter in Alabama this year. As many other places, we've had a bit of cold, sub 20 degree temperatures this week. So I redirected the creek fountains to go into this mist mode so they would form ice sculptures. Did this in Utah. Never thought I'd have a chance to do it in Alabama. So they get this really cool bumpy ice effect, typical icicle effect, and even a frozen snake. That's not really a frozen snake. That's a summertime cooling mister that I was hoping I could use here, but those don't work because they freeze. They don't have enough water flow, so they freeze up right away. You just get one of the regular nozzles and just twist it down so it creates a finer mist, and voila, ice sculptures. Back to present day, or rather present night. I'll close with a night shot. I'm going to demo the voice control, this time with a Google Home, which I have hiding under that table. Hey Google, ask House to turn fountain 1 on. Okay. I don't want to be that upper guy. I like to think of this kind of like my mini Vegas Bellagio fountains. Only it's a little Las Vegas-y. Thanks for watching. See you next time.